But I'd like to yield my time to a daughter of Puerto Rico, also Ms. Velazquez from New York.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sablan. And let me take this opportunity, Mr. Chairman, and the ranking member, to thank you for giving us the courtesy to participate in this important hearing. Mr. Resco, last week, former Senator Ramon Luis Nieves testified before the Energy Committee of the House, Energy and Commerce. In his very insightful remarks, he indicated, and I quote, "As most Puerto Ricans sadly understood after Hurricane Maria, the lack of a strong, resilient, and smart energy system has the potential of killing people and destroying the economy." And we know that is real. So to that point, I want to highlight some key troublesome statistics. 35% of small businesses in Puerto Rico have still not resumed operations due to power outages. 10% of Puerto Rico's small businesses are expected to close their doors entirely. 100,000 people have left the island since September 20th. My question is, how are you going to continue funding the island as more and more businesses close and people continue to leave?
Initially, it will require liquidity support under the Community Disaster Loan Program. Over time, we will have to determine how many of those people who have left for good, how many will be returning. We will have to determine and estimate how many of those businesses have closed, can reopen, or can new businesses reopen with the support of SBA, for example. So our work, the work that we have ahead of us in our fiscal plan, is to exactly look at those estimates and try and rebuild an economy that can be balanced. Okay. That is the charge of a PROMESA.
So the same goal with the question of the bondholders. How do you foresee bondholders getting repaid?
I don't have a vision right now of how much, whether, or at what period of time. That will be defined by a longer debt sustainability analysis that we need to complete, looking at 30 years, beyond the 5 years of just the fiscal plan itself.
So you're telling me, what do you say?
We have to do a 30-year debt sustainability analysis before the end of December with the government.
And the way things stand today, it might take over 50 years for the bondholders to expect to be repaid, because there's not going to be a tax base left in Puerto Rico.
As you know, prior to the hurricane, it appeared impossible, and that's why we were in Title III to repay the creditors. Today, the situation is gravely worse.
Thank you. Mr. Samot, you have expressed in the past your preference to privatize the Electric Power Authority. And while I understand that it is in the best interest of consumers and businesses alike to depoliticize the public corporation, I am not fully convinced that the only way to do so is by selling off the grid to the highest bidder. Can you explain the board's vision for Puerto Rico's energy future?
Yes, ma'am. What we are trying to do is the board is trying to consider all options for the future of Puerto Rico's grid. Privatization may be one of those, but clearly attracting innovative capital solutions is a large part of doing this, so that the federal government doesn't have to rely on footing the bill.
And in that energy future, do you foresee renewable energy playing an important role?
Yes, ma'am. In accordance with Puerto Rico's own energy strategy, it is a large part.
Thank you.